You're watching CBC News Today. I'm Diane Buckner. Forget warm and fuzzy TV sitcoms. It's the reality shows bringing in big ratings on televisions these days. Now there's a new place you can go if you're looking to get an upper hand in the real world. Robert Galinsky is the founder of the New York Reality TV School, and he joins us to talk about just what it takes to make it on these shows. Tell us, what are producers saying about your school? I mean, some of the producers of reality television, have you heard any response from them?
I've gotten a few calls from producers that want to actually turn this into a TV show. So we're going to go meta. We're going to go meta, and we're going to turn the school into a television show. And we are going to get people, we're going to basically pull away the curtain and pull away the layers and let people see what really goes on in the casting process, as well as what happens during the shows. And I think it's about time. We've had reality television for a number of years now, and people kind of do wonder what's going on behind the scenes and what goes on in that process. And I think we could have a lot of fun showing what goes on in that process.
So Robert, tell us, what inspired you to think there was a need for a reality TV school?
I met a young man named Jorge Bendersky who was on Animal Planet, Groomer Has It. I've been doing this kind of work all my life, teaching, directing theater and internet television and producing here in New York for the past 20 years. And so he answered one of my ads and said, I need some help. I'm going to California to be on a show, and I don't know anything about television or being on a show. I'm a dog groomer. And I worked with him for about 6 weeks. He went to LA, he came back after about 5 weeks and said, everything you taught me came into play. It was amazing. And so I thought to myself, wow, this must be, there must be a need for this. And then I figured I could expand my clientele from actors to non-actors and start teaching what I know so that people can get on these shows and have a better time and perhaps be more successful.
That's great, but I guess what I don't get is that if it's supposed to be reality television, why does someone need coaching to be real? Isn't the whole point of the show is that people should just be spontaneous?
Yes, and what happens is I think a lot of people watch these shows and they lose their spontaneity when they watch these shows and aren't really in touch with who they really are. So really my work is about getting people to be more confident with themselves, to be more authentic, to touch upon what makes them unique and genuine. And then that way, when they get on a show and there's unscripted drama, their true stories, their true life experiences can actually become part of the script, and they're more in tune and in touch with those things. So really what I'm working on is having people work from a very authentic place, pull away the layers of cynicism and skepticism, pull away the layers of what they think they should be doing, and actually just be relaxed to be able to be themselves. And then we can enjoy watching a true and real spontaneous reaction to what's happening on the show.
Okay, so you teach them really to be more themselves. It's okay to be yourself in this type of TV. So what would a student at your school expect to hear in the seminars? What are some of the courses you're offering?
Some of it is fun, just really fun relaxation, stress reduction exercises, things that allow people to, again, feel more confident and less stressful. Anytime a challenge is taken on, a person wants to perform at a higher rate of efficiency and success, so being stressed out doesn't help. And reality TV shows are basically full of stress. You're stripped of your telephone, your computer, you're sequestered away from people you know and familiar things. So it's a very stressful environment. So I try to get people to feel relaxed so they can shine. Some of the exercises also include very specific techniques, professional techniques about the business in terms of just moving slower for the camera and making sure you're open to the camera. We have some do's and don'ts for the casting part of it, being able to walk in knowing that you should research what you're doing, not come in with walls, and be ready to give up what's personal to you, because that's what's going to drive reality stories, are the person and the truthful person.
So really you're prepping them to do the audition, really, because I mean, it's if they make it to the show, then they're going to be directed by the directors, but your course presumably gets them in the door.
One part of it is, yes, the casting, getting yourself in the door, coming off as strong as possible there. Then we have other portions of the course where we have reality stars come in and talk about their experience, and we have Jorge Bendersky, who is now on the staff, who gives his top 10 tips on what it's like to be on the show, how to deal with some of the stress of the show, how to potentially get more camera time on the show, and to do some of the things that are contrary to what people normally will do on the show, so that you actually can stand out.
All right, well listen, thanks for your time today. Really interesting stuff. That's Robert Galinsky in New York.
Thank you.